Today on the Diz List, we count down our top 5 boat rides at Walt Disney World.
Welcome to the Diz List, podcast that lists everything in Walt Disney World. I'm Nick.
And I'm Robin. Today we are going to count down our top 5 boat rides. I think originally we said water rides, but then I guess, of course, there has to be water in order for it to be a boat ride. So
I would count.
So I think it all kind of falls in that same category. So listeners, picture in your head a ride where there's water, you're in a boat. All of those are basically, fair game for our top 5 lists.
I don't know if we've done this list before, but had we done this list prior, I would definitely say that my list would have to have changed because the Liberty Bell was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It was such a calm, relaxing ride.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not open anymore.
Yeah. And during research, I figured out there are no boat rides or water rides at Hollywood Studios.
No. Yeah.
There isn't any.
Nope. There's really...
I tried to think of one because when I do my lists, I sort of mentally walk through the parks. I think I've talked about that on the show before. I do like this mental map and I go from attraction to attraction through the whole park. And I'm like, I don't think there is.
No, there's not.
Well, it would help. It's really hot there. They should do more. Well, they have a couple, water features in the middle where Gertie is. And
I wonder...
That's helpful.
Yeah. I wonder what they could do there.
Phantasmic is not really... I mean, there is water.
Oh, you
that's
can...
not
if
a
you
ride.
No, but if you sit in the splash zone, you definitely can get
That's
wet.
probably the only thing I can think of that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and most of these rides are not going to get wet.
No.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but yeah. Boat rides I think, were a way for them to have a vehicle that held a lot of people.
Yes.
And you could get through kind of in a unique way.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, with like certain rides like Pirates, it makes sense, or Navi River Journey, it's a river.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's no reason that Small World is a boat.
No.
There's no reason that
it works.
That some of these are boats.
Yeah,
So,
it works.
Yeah. All right. What went on? Today. What's today?
Today's September 21st.
Yes.
Today is the one and only day that maybe they should do it more, but I think it's just the one and only day where if you're riding Cosmic Rewind in Epcot, you know what song you're going to get before you get on the ride.
Yeah.
I feel like they should do that for all the songs and just find a fun
connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the singer of Tears for Fears' birthday is this day, or Gloria Estefan, who I believe still lives in Florida. I'm pretty sure she's from Miami.
Yeah.
Like she shows up and Conga is the song they play all day long. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, the Earth, Wind, and Fire song is the only song I haven't gotten. I don't think I'm nearly positive I've never gotten that one. I've gotten everything else, I believe.
I have not had Disco Inferno.
I had Disco Inferno last time I was there.
No, I've been lucky. We've gotten the Tears for Fears. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Half of the times I've gone on it, which is great.
That's your favorite.
Yes, and I've been very lucky that I've had it. And I think at this point, like if any other song comes on, I'm not going to be bummed because I've had the one I love so much, so that I'm like, okay, I've had the one I like plenty. There's one other I haven't had, and this is the one my second favorite of like songs. I haven't had it on the ride yet, but it's the Flock of Seagulls one.
Oh yeah, that's
I Ran So Far Away. I haven't had on the ride because I keep getting repeats of the other. And again, it's fine. Like they're good repeats. Blondie's the only one I just don't like for the ride. I'm not anti-Blondie. I love old punk rock, but I don't think it. Personally, I don't think it fits. And I'm sure some listeners are saying, I love that one. That's fine. This is an opinion show, and
that's right.
It's not one that I like. That's last on my list. And we've done this list before.
Yeah, I mean, we have.
Yeah.
And we had to cut one off. I can't remember if that was a main show or a Patreon. But we've done the list.
Yeah.
What else going on?
Well, speaking of music on rides, Nine Inch Nails, and I think we mentioned a little bit last week, but I watched the ride overlay for let me back up here. I jumped right to the thing, and I have to give a little bit of context. In the Magic Kingdom, on the new Tron ride, which is still pretty new.
I guess
it's like 2 years old now?
Yeah. I mean, they broke ground 32 years ago.
33.
Okay.
Yep. And
Sorry.
Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails were in elementary school. They started writing then.
Oh, they're old.
No, it's Daft Punk. No, I know. Oh, geez. They were popular when we were in high school. And at that point, he was probably in his mid-20s.
Yeah.
Because he was in like a new wave. If you look this up, Trent Reznor was in this new wave band in the 90s. You ever see video of that?
Yeah, I have. It's hilarious.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm definitely a Nine Inch Nails fan. I don't recommend playing it when you have kids in the car. There's a couple songs that are not really appropriate for kids, but
I mean, whatever. But the new soundtrack's not like that.
no, not at all. And I listened to the whole thing this week.
Okay.
And my honest take is there's some good stuff, but as we said previously, that Daft Punk Tron soundtrack it's like flawless for me. And this,
I mean, it's good.
I mean, if I were to give this one a rating out of 10, I would say it's 7. It's very good, but I would give the Daft Punk a 10.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
How's the ride through?
Almost identical, except for obviously at night you have the red, and then they just switch it so it's red versus orange, I believe.
Okay.
And then they have the Nine Inch Nails song, which is it's the first single. I can't remember the name of it. It was a longer title. Trent's actually singing on it. Many of the songs on the Tron soundtrack do not have singing, so they're more
like Daft Punk.
And he does that though. The listeners, if you don't know, Trent Reznor actually does a lot of soundtracks now with this other guy named Atticus Ross. And their first one was the Facebook movie called, I forgot what it was called. What was the movie about the creation of Facebook? I can't remember what it's called.
Social? Something social?
Sure.
Yeah.
But that was his first soundtrack that he did. He's done quite a bit more since then. But this one, it was interesting. He said, okay, we're going to use the name Nine Inch Nails, especially because he's singing. He doesn't usually sing, but
right.
I don't want to go out too much more about Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah,
I'm a fan, not a huge fan, but they're a band I really like and have since the 90s.
They were an interesting choice.
I think it works, though. I mean, we would put them in the category of an industrial band. You know, like them, Ministry is an industrial band. Bands like that use like digital drums and keyboards and stuff like that. They fall into that category. So I think it's an appropriate choice.
Yeah, let's move from Nine Inch Nails to something extremely hard. Extremely hard.
Sure.
The Candlelight Processional. Can you imagine Trent Reznor being one of the speakers?
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
They announced the list, and hopefully we're gonna try to fly down and catch this.
By we, he means him.
No, by my family.
Well, right, but not me.
No, we meaning my crew is gonna go down.
He's got a Mickey Mouse in his pocket.
Yeah, and then I think according to the list, Captain Marvel might be, Brie Larson might be there, so that could be cool.
Pretty cool.
A lot of these are maybes. We have not pressed the button on ticket purchase yet, so we'll see.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do these boat rides after the break, and you know, once again, my wife's like, "There's not enough of them." I said, "There's at least 8 that I can count."
Yeah. And there's plenty to say about
there's more than 5. Yeah. I think that this list is one that's interesting because it kind of has an overlap with dark rides. But you know,
some we've already mentioned in the last couple of weeks, and some we haven't.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple that we've already mentioned in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll overlap just because there aren't as many. But I don't think that's a big deal because all these rides need a discussion. They're very important. They're ones I really, really like, and I know that is true for you as well.
Yeah. Speaking of water features, I did want to bring up that it was announced this week that Boardwalk is going to be doing some renovations on Leaping Horse Libations, which is their pool bar.
Yeah.
And the pool. Now, they just redid that pool. They didn't redo it. They refaced that. From the
Scary Clown
to now it's like a roller coaster, right?
Well, they put Mickey and Minnie on it. They put the Runaway Railway style.
Right, but I forget what the name of the coaster is that it's supposed to be.
Sure.
So it's going to be closed not for an extended period of time, but from January until like April next year. I say next year. I'm at 27. I wonder if they can really redo stuff or if it's just a cleaning. Because I will tell you that one of the things people have been calling for is a redo of that pool, that it's dated and needs to be redone.
Yep.
I don't know how much you can do in that much time, but so they've redone the rooms.
Yep.
The lobby's been refreshed. Now they're turning their attention to those outdoor areas. I told my wife, because we are considering staying there at 7 months. At the 7-month mark, when I can book other resorts other than the Poly, we're going to look at the boardwalk
Through your vacation club.
Correct. So, if this is actually going to happen, I might. If we don't get boardwalk, I'm going to be like, fine by me. Like, we'll just drop back and punt and do 27 when it's going to be redone.
Great.
So it'll be interesting. But I just thought that was an interesting piece because they don't often, like, they had just closed down the Stormalong Bay last year to redo a bunch of stuff.
Club. Yeah.
Now that's a little bit different because that's a sand bottom, and like there's a lot of moving parts, so to speak, that they had to take care of. With boardwalk, it's like an old school, not nice area. Like, it's just not a good pool.
Well, I think that's important to bring up too, especially when we're doing a day where we're talking about boat rides and water rides, is that these rides need maintenance where they need to be drained and cleaned.
Right.
Not only pools, but I mean, if you look at the two water parks, I don't know if listeners know this, but most of the time, not all, that only one water park will be open because the other one, what they're doing is cleaning it and, taking care of everything and making it.
Getting ready to bulldoze it for the fifth gate.
It's a very good idea.
I mean, that's my take on water parks are lame.
We need to get back to that idea too, because I don't know if we've talked about this. I thought about this one recently because they're not neighbors. Never mind. Forget it. All right. Let's go to the halftime show.
All right. So there's a little awkward ending to the half, but that's okay. We're going to head off to the halftime show, which is brought to you by our patrons over at patreon.com/DizLessPod. When you head over there, if you do become a patron, even for free, make sure you let me know your Instagram name because I will add you to our close friends list. Not that we post a ton there, but especially when we're traveling, it's a great way to keep up with our travels. So we'll see you after the break. Welcome back. This half of the show, we're going to talk about boat rides at Disney World.
I want to quickly explain my thought before we went to break, where I had to cut that off. In my mind, and I'm wrong, but in my mind, the two water parks were next to each other. I don't know why I thought about
put
this
them
the other
together.
day. I was thinking one of them becomes Fifth Gate, including like our local Darien Lake.
Yeah.
So you can do water park and the theme park together, but they're not connected.
Yeah.
Typhoon Lagoon is closer to Disney Springs. It's right over in that area. It's like a baseball's throw from that. And Blizzard Beach is closer to Coronado Springs. It's over in that area. So they are not close to each other.
Which is closer to
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I pride myself in having the map memorized, and I will also admit when I was wrong, I was wrong.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about some boat rides, and we're not talking about boat rides like the boat in Epcot to take you from one side of the of the lagoon. I mean,
you could.
Yeah, I suppose
It could go on the list. It could be somebody's favorite.
Going to the TTC and taking the boat across the ferry.
To be fair, it's all fair game. I mean, Liberty Bell. I mean, that's not too far off from. I mean, it's a ride in a park.
That was an actual ride.
Yeah, but like you're riding a boat. I don't know.
True. Yeah.
I don't think it's too far.
In that case, does Disney Cruise Lines count?
Sure.
I mean, that's a boat.
Yeah,
the whole, and you can take a water slide on the boat.
I'm not a cruise guy. I don't know.
Well, yet you haven't done one.
Yeah, yet is fair. You said that last episode too, or one of us did about about how they're going to make. Oh gosh, what was it? It was
the coaster.
Yeah,
about Villains coaster.
Yeah,
yeah. So
no, it wasn't that. It was Big Thunder Mountain Railroad into a TV show.
Correct. Yes.
Jeez.
And I said, yeah,
I got it,
right.
folks. That you heard the gears turning in my brain. If you could smell this podcast, there's smoke coming out of my ears. Okay, I'm going to start here. My 5 and number 6 were so close, and I went back and forth a couple times. Yes, I did change this because originally it was going to be Small World. And I just love it. It's relaxing. There's so much to see. And then I put it up against Living with the Land. And I did A and B. Which one for me, opinion obviously, is going to be better for me. And I thought about, and last time I was on Living with the Land, I said, you know what? I forget that this part exists, and it's so nice and it's so relaxing at the beginning of the ride when you're going through that rainforest. There's all the water trickling down, and then when you go through and you see the buffalo, and I'm not. This is not a Bills reference. I knew you were going to say that, but all that stuff and all those little animatronics are just so cool. And then the other reason I gave it a slight edge is that when you get into the area where you can see all the different plants growing, it's always a little bit different. And there's always something, obviously they're growing something.
Depends on what time of the season you're there.
So I like that it has a little bit, there's a surprise and there's a little bit of variety here. And I love Small World, I do. And it's barely not on the list here, but I'm going to say number 5 for me. And I know you love this ride too. I'm going to go for Living with the Land at number 5.
I mean, I will actually just say that your number 6 is my number 5, so we'll get to talk about them both.
Yeah, and they're both great. I mean,
because
I'll tell you if I think it's bad. It's not a bad
It's a
ride.
Small World. People. It's the ride people love to hate on, and it's just because of the earworm of a song.
Yeah, but
it love it.
It's a great song.
Well, but the artwork is like so like people. That's underrated. Mary Blair, first of all, is an amazing artist.
I know, but
and then you take the I forget what her name is, the costume designer for all of those. Like she's a very famous. She's a Disney legend.
No, and she's also married to another Disney Imagineer.
Correct.
So like the power couple. Yeah, it's great.
But that whole ride for me is just so. It's not relaxing. I don't want to call it relaxing, but it's definitely one of those ones where you can get in and just be like, you don't have to think about a storyline. You're just like, it's fun for. My son likes to go on and see how many of the animatronics aren't working because there's like always the Hawaiian dancers always end up having one of them is offbeat or whatever, and
that bothers me too.
It's just one of those things where when I go on that ride, I know I'm at Disney. Nowhere else are you gonna actually sit and wait for a ride like that. I mean, it's kind of a ridiculous ride when you think about it.
Yeah.
I love, this is so stupid, but I love waving to the people sitting up at Pinocchio's village house. It's just like these random things about that ride that I really like.
Were you with us when we got that table right at the window?
You got it, but we didn't.
You were
I wasn't
somewhere.
with you. We didn't go there.
Okay.
Yeah, I've actually never eaten at Pinocchio's village house.
It was not good that time. I remember, but I've heard recently that the food has improved a little bit. I just think we were on an off day, and I have to be. I mean, especially with the kind of show that we do, I have to be open-minded to not say that the food was just was undercooked a little bit and it was a little cold. But I'm willing to give it another chance.
Frozen pizza being a little cold is a problem.
It wasn't great, yeah, and we were in a hurry. Otherwise, I would have gone back up and switched it. Plus, we had to make it gluten-free, but I'm open to it, and I don't want to spend too much time on that restaurant.
But Small World's my 5. So. There we go. We did both of your 5 and 6 at this point. So.
Number 4. Speaking of, well, actually, I want to say something about Small World before we move on.
Yeah, go ahead.
This was something I thought was really cool, and people say this a lot about Haunted Mansion, especially at the end where you're looking all around and you're all these different ghosts and everything all around.
Yeah.
Another reason I like Small World is I always see something that I go, I never noticed that before. I never seen that because there's so much stuff that every single time I ride it, I see something that I know I haven't seen.
Oh, and now we're going to hear something we haven't heard before.
Yes, it was cool.
First.
It was very cool.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, we got to hear it this summer. It was cool.
Yeah, cool.
My number 4 needs a little bit of TLC, but I love this ride. It's very relaxing, and it's the Navi River Journey. The Navi River Journey is a great ride. I love the entire vibe. The music is incredible. But the last time we rode it, there were a couple things that weren't quite working. The orange spinning creatures, they weren't all working properly. 2 of them were broken, and one of them was working okay. Which one of them working okay and 2 of them being static really it's a big contrast, and it points out that the other 2 are definitely not working. Mm-hmm. And then the leaves that kind of punch down where it looks like the little lizards are walking on them.
Yep.
A few of those weren't working either. So that needs a little TLC too. And then at the end, I mean, this is why it's number 4, and this is why it beats Living with the Land for me, is that the animatronic is just smooth and majestic. When it's working, it is absolutely incredible. So
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a ride that I can see why you'd put it there. For me, it was my number 6, and it was a close one between this and Small World. So,
well, you hate the queue.
yeah, but I don't hate the ride.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. That's why I didn't say you hate the ride.
I hate the fact that you wait this long for that ride. It's very short. And I also think the queue has zero theming whatsoever.
It's just a bunch of like basket weaving.
Yeah, which is not, you don't feel like you're in Pandora.
No.
Like,
you feel like you're at a Renaissance festival and you're about to,
Yeah.
sit down with a wizard and weave a basket.
a wizard?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Maybe a crazy wizard. I don't know.
Yeah. My number 4 is actually technically an overlay. My number 4 is Frozen.
Cool.
I love that ride. It's not. I like the queue once you get inside. If you're waiting outside, which I have done, it's hot.
Oh, me too.
There's no shade there. I definitely like the way that the ride progresses. So I enjoy the storytelling that the ride does. For me, the reason it doesn't rise higher is because I really hate the projections on the faces that have gotten to be really bad.
Yeah, they have.
If they fix that, it probably would be higher for me. But just that alone takes me out. Like, I find myself being like, oh, what is that? What? They just look like they're really bad makeup job on them. It's weird. It looks like they've been in a spray tan booth because it's not even like when I think of both of those characters, they have like alabaster skin, right? They have they're very pale.
Yeah.
And then the projections are anything but. They look like like I said, they look like they've just taken a spray tan.
It's weird when the heads glow and nothing else is glowing.
Yeah.
It just seems off.
And especially when you watch videos of the overseas ones.
I don't remember which park it was either, so I would have said the same thing.
Overseas.
Well, and
one of the Asian parks.
It's naive on our part, but those parks are all incredible. And I think if I were to go over there and visit those parks, I would have an easier time compartmentalizing in my head which parks have which. I've gotten better with Tokyo Disney Sea because they have very specific different things than Shanghai, and that way I have and then Hong Kong obviously is also has a totally different thing, different vibe, different castle. But I'm going to jump in now and we can both discuss because mine is number 3 for Frozen.
Okay, cool.
And one thing I would like to say, since it's boat day and it's water day, is not the last time I was here, but the time before we got soaked.
Which is weird.
Yes. So there were a lot of adults. I don't know if the water, amount of water goes up and down because it does in Tiana's, for example. You had that discussion with Rob, I think, and he was mentioning how.
It wasn't with Rob. It was with a VIP tour guide.
Oh, okay.
Who said, the reason you're getting more wet on that is because they've actually added water.
Okay. Now I wondered if that was the case or they changed that amount in Frozen. I'm looking at the different variables here. One was which it was a full boat of adults. That's
probably more it.
Other than my 2 kids. So my
your
daughter,
kids are adults.
My daughter's 18 and my son is 16.
Yeah, but they're adult sized.
Right. But when we did it, we were in the front and we went down the little drop there, and the water splashed up, and there was so much water that my right shoe and my right part of my shorts, like on my thigh, were completely soaked.
Huh.
Which was fine. I got out and I always bring we have an episode for this too. I bring a change of shoes and I bring either Crocs or flops or something, and I changed and I was fine. And it's not like I was upset because I was prepared.
Right, yeah.
But we had this discussion. I don't believe you've ever had that issue on that ride before.
I mean, not to that extent. No. I definitely have gotten wet, and I've definitely been on there where, like, the seat was wet from the ride before me, the people before me, but never, like, to a point where I'm like, I need to change clothes or change shoes.
Well, and I know I'm leading with this, and it sounds like it's a negative, but it's not.
No, it's not a negative.
There's so much. I mean, it's just kind of a perfect storm that the way the ride was designed before, and I don't know if you know this or if I've talked about this before, when you rode Maelstrom, there's a part when you're on the boat where you get to, I'll have to explain it from the outside. If you're standing outside of Frozen and the sign that says the name for
Correct.
Frozen,
Yep.
right above that,
That was where you would go out.
was open.
That's where Elsa
is.
Yeah.
So that part on your boat where you go straight ahead and you see Elsa and she opens her arms and says, let it go, and you go backwards.
Yep.
It was almost like your boat was going to go over a waterfall and then you went backwards.
Yeah.
It was cool because you were so focused on the fact that you were about to go out the window that all of a sudden you're surprised and went backwards. So again, I'm I'm talking about the way the ride used to be. And that's part of it for me. I really think like that cool nostalgia from going on Maelstrom. I think about that ride every single time I ride it because when we get to the Elsa part,
I'm sure you're not alone there.
Yeah, I'm sure listeners who've gone in the 80s are like, yeah, I do that too.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, oh, remember what that used to be? It was cool. But I'm also the guy that isn't mad about that.
Right.
Because I just say, this is what it is now. I don't get mad that it changed. And there's some Disney influencers and some news outlets that get all mad and bent out of shape, and that's their prerogative.
Yeah.
I don't.
Right.
I just go, cool, this is what it is now. This is what they're giving us. And we should be glad that this is what we're getting now.
Yeah.
We don't own it. You know? I mean, you can own stock, but I don't
Right.
look at it that way.
Right. So my number 3 is one we've already talked about, or you've already talked about as well.
Okay, then I think I figured out our list.
Okay, so-
I like when we get to this
Yeah.
point. Listeners too. I wonder if our listeners do this. Have
Yeah.
you ever gotten any feedback where listeners are kind of keeping track and like, I think
no,
I know what the list is going to be.
I haven't gotten that feedback. Let us know though in
Yeah.
the comments of this show.
If you get to this point, I think I know what the rest of the list is now.
So for me, Living with the Land is number 3.
Mm-hmm.
I love this ride.
Yeah, me too.
I half toyed with putting it higher. But then I was like, man, there's 2 more that are just
No,
way too hard not to.
You can't put it over those two.
Yeah. So, but Living with the Land for me is amazing. I did the Behind the Seeds tour, and it was so amazing. Like going on that tour is one of the best uses of money for an extra add-on at
It's
Disney.
affordable, right?
Yeah, I think it was like $30. It might be more than that now.
I can look it up, but I'm just curious because I think listeners
And I know
talk about this a little bit more.
Yeah, and it's okay. So this is not part of the ride, but I figured since Rob already talked about the ride itself,
No, perfect.
I'll talk about this. When you do the Behind the Scenes tour, you are basically in the ride. You are on stage. There are boats going by, and it's like it's just a nice tour. That if you do it in the middle of the day, you pick your time right.
Yep.
You can be in there when the thunderstorms are coming through. It's really loud when the thunderstorms are coming through, just because that's when we were there. But it's a fun thing to do. It's unique. You get to learn about the fact there's for instance, there's no soil in that entire area.
It's all sand.
Well, the sand covers up what is a hydroponic system underneath.
Mm-hmm.
You learn about how old those tomato plants are. What is it, $39?
It's $39, and so the times you can go, there's 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. So they do it every hour, ending at 4:30 because when it's dark,
Yeah, I mean, once it starts to get dark.
Have you ever gone on it at night? I haven't.
Living with the Land, I did once.
Okay, never have.
I
always
once.
do it early because I'm in that part of the park really early.
I did it once at night during an extended evening hours for Deluxe Resort. The
Cool.
night that we were there with you guys.
Yeah.
And
Wait, we rode it? I rode it with you at night?
no.
Oh.
No, you guys you were in the back. We split up at the end.
Oh, okay.
And because we wanted to get one more ride on Soarin', I think it was.
Yeah.
So we went there, and then
Oh,
did
I
that.
remember. And my daughter stayed back, and it was the 3 of us went on Spaceship Earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So-
Semantics.
Yeah.
Sorry.
yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
So
Every time I die, he calls it shinfo. You ever heard that term?
no.
SHI and then info.
Oh,
You combine those 2 words
Yeah.
to shinfo.
so Living with the Land though for me
It's a
is
family show. Sorry.
yeah, Living with the Land for me is just a fun ride, especially now that I've done Behind the Scenes, because I know a little bit more.
So cool.
I like picking out the plants and stuff that are there. I really like so I like the other part. Like you like the first half, I like the second half. I'm surprised you don't like the second half more because as much as you like gardening.
Yeah, I do.
But it's more about vegetables there and not about the flowers and stuff that you like.
Right.
So
You and I are opposite on that too.
Yeah, so-
not that I dislike one or the other.
no,
but-
I know.
Yeah.
So that's my number 3. Living with the Land. I love that ride, and if it weren't for how good the next 2 are, it would be my number 1.
I'm 90% sure that our lists are going to match up for 2 and 1. So jump in whenever you're ready and make a big splash, because number 2 has a lot of splashes and it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And that's
my number 2 as well.
And the reason of course, there's the drop, and you get a little wet on the drop. You know how I like to mention California, which I love. Disneyland has more of the drops, which is cool. But back to both parts of the park. I love this because it's randomized, and when I go through Pirates of the Caribbean and it opens up into that giant room with that boat, and listeners, you're like, I know exactly what you mean. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And we talked about that on a recent episode too, where you go into the ballroom at Haunted Mansion, or you go into a full size, pirate ship. When they start shooting off the cannonballs, and I get wet from a cannonball, like I had my phone out to take a picture. My phone got wet. My response was, "Who cares? That was awesome."
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those rides too that, like, when I'm on it, the smells, the splashes, it's all just like so amazing. The music, like I'm hearing the music right now.
Me too.
So my son last year for band, they played one of the Pirate songs, and
new one or from the movie?
From the movie.
Okay.
And it was like so cool.
Yeah.
And it just made me think about it. But like, you've got that kind of music playing, but you've also got Yo Ho, and you've got it's just I love that ride. The sounds, the smells, that makes it complete. It is a complete ride, and it's why that ride, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it's why that ride is one of only 2 rides that are in every castle park.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? I mean, because it's in every castle park, right?
I think you're right.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I can look it up, but I bet you're right.
I'm pretty sure it's that and Haunted Mansion are the 2 that are in every single castle park.
And they have different names.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's like Phantom Manor or whatever. But Pirates is not. Pirates is the same.
Mm-hmm.
And the one in Shanghai, holy
my gosh.
cow.
Yeah, I'd love an overlay for that. Another thing I want to kind of circle back on that you mentioned earlier that I thought was really cool that I'm thinking about now is how these water rides they're sort of essential to being a water ride, because Pirates, you're in a boat. Frozen, you don't need to be in a boat. It doesn't matter. Right. Like Frozen, it could be a trackless ride and there wouldn't really be any difference.
You could be in a toboggan.
Living with the Land, sure. I mean, it's you're going down a river. Same with Navi River Journey. Small World, you said it's also arbitrary. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It could be a trackless Small World ride, and that also works. That's what's kind of cool about this ride. And the one I believe we're going to transition to next, if you're with me on that one,
I'm sure we are.
Is these rides, they have to be this.
Yeah.
You can't be going through on a train and looking at water and Pirates. You can, but it's
not the same.
It's immersion.
Yeah.
You are in a small little boat and they're firing cannons at you. Imagine doing that for the first time in the 70s in Florida.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was...
That reveal must have been incredible. It was so popular when it started, and that is why.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a remarkable.
Cool. And it wasn't going to go there at first. I don't know if you watched the documentary.
Yeah, because he said, well,
it's so close to
it's too close to the Caribbean, so why would I put him there? And it's like, no, you have to. You don't understand this. You got to do this here. It is such a remarkable ride, and like pirate culture at that time, or pirate. I don't know if you want to call it culture, but like the whole, like that was a very big thing, like in movies, and so that's partially why that ride got made when it got made.
Yeah.
Now, you look at the stuff that's come out of that ride. It birthed an amazing franchise of movies. Like absolutely
5 movies or something.
Yeah, 5, I think, and I think they just said they were going to sign on for a 6th one. But
they're looking to reboot it with Margot Robbie.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
As Red.
Right.
So the woman at the thing formerly known as the auction.
Yeah.
So that could be cool too.
So I'm very, very much a fan of this ride.
And last but certainly not least, I was never nervous ever when I heard that they were going to change this to Tiana's Bayou Adventure from Splash Mountain. Because Splash Mountain we enjoyed.
Here's a hot take.
Yeah.
If this was still Splash Mountain, Pirates is 1 and Splash Mountain's 2.
Yeah, could be.
For me. For
And
me,
I
it
think-
definitely. I mean, it's not. It could be for me. It's
Well-
100%. I love what they did. I love it.
Tiana's is a ride that's nearly perfect.
There's one room,
One room I don't like.
the former laughing place.
The one where it's all the screens I don't love.
I was gonna say where it's darker. The
The
that
one
has a
where
purpose.
you're shrunken down and
But that has a purpose. There's a reason that
I know. I don't
the
like
screens
it.
are there.
I know. I don't like it though.
Okay.
It's the only part I don't like.
All right.
The reason I do like it so much, and I was kind of happy to say, well, on the West Coast, Pirates has 2 drops. Well, you know how many drops Tiana has? A lot more than that.
Yeah. Oh
I
my
can't
gosh.
even tell you.
Yeah.
Like it just keeps going and going and going, and it's such a long ride, and you're having fun for such a long period of time. And you can. And the other thing too is, I know Omni movers are important because the cars are constantly moving and you can get so many people on it. But this is another ride where it's different than a roller coaster because that's like instantly dangerous when you're putting too many cars on a roller coaster. You can put a lot of these different logs on there at once and they all kind of like log jam at the end,
at the
pun
end,
intended, and, you know, load people off whenever you need to. But it's so many good things about this ride. The animatronics, I mean, go ahead and talk about that. I know you love them.
These animatronics, what are they? A1000s or something? Whatever the heck they're called.
That's T2000 from Terminator 2.
Yeah, they are phenomenal. Like, I love every part of this ride. The animatronics, the storytelling. I like the queue when you're walking through. And they've got the little signs like the newspaper articles and stuff. I also like that the Fast Pass queue still has some of that. Not Fast Pass. Oh my gosh, going way back.
Yeah.
The Lightning Lane queue
Yes.
also has that. The line can get lengthy, and if you're outside.
I've been vocal to criticize that outdoor queue. I don't like because I get very hot and the trees haven't quite filled in.
Right. Well, I think when the trees fill in, it'll be better.
Yeah. There's fans. They're trying.
Yeah. I mean, we already talked about it a little bit. They added water to that ride because they wanted it to be more like you're in the bayou where the water is kind of like you're like in a swamp. So the water is the same height as the land because it's like you're sunken down into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's such a great ride. I wasn't nervous like you said. I wasn't nervous that it wasn't going to do well, that it wasn't going to be good. But
I feel like there are people.
they could have dropped the ball big time.
I think there were people that were nervous, Nick, and here's why I think that. When Disney was like leaking out the animatronics, that made me think, okay, there's maybe skeptics out there that are not. Once they showed that, I think it kind of silenced a lot of those skeptics. And I want to say another positive too. I never really loved the queue, even when we were inside. And on one of our episodes, you were commenting how you really liked the queue and you liked things like the recipes and the signs and the posters.
Yeah.
When I went on it the last time, I was thinking about our conversation and I'm walking through and I'm looking at all those signs and it was really interesting. So the downside is it's easy to miss if you're not paying attention.
Right.
But if you do, it's really, really interesting to look at those posters.
It tells a story.
It does. And I didn't look before.
Right.
So listeners, take Nick's advice. Look at those posters, either queue that you're in. If you were in Lightning Lane or you were in the standard queue, there's things in both.
I mean, you could say the same thing about like Everest, right?
Yes.
If you don't stop to actually pay attention to what the things are, what the displays are, and you're just like, okay, yeah, we're walking through a mountain. Like,
Oh yeah.
here at Tiana's, you could just be like, oh, okay, we're walking through this area that's supposed to be a turning to a restaurant or something like that. I like Tiana's so much. I love it. I would like to do at one point do the fireworks again because we did the fireworks from
great.
Splash. I would like to do the fireworks from Tiana's.
Yeah. So Nick and I, when we were there, our families too, it wasn't just the two of us.
No.
But we timed it perfectly so that when we were getting on the ride, the fireworks were going off, and I think it was Happily Ever After at that point. I can't remember.
It was.
And the fireworks were going off, and when you were outside and you're kind of curling around in that area and just seeing the fireworks it's incredible because not only are you on one of the best rides in all of Disney, but you're also getting to see the fireworks.
Yep.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. Speaking of getting wet, you can really get wet if it starts to rain when you're on it, because that's what happened to us. It started to rain and we got stuck outside because, as you said, the log jam. But
we remembered our raincoats.
We did. This is fun. Like, I've had a lot of fun the last 3 weeks talking about these, talking about the rides and stuff. I know it's a favorite of yours. You know, are there honorable mentions we left off? Sure. I mean, I didn't talk about Navi River Journey. There's one that I would say is a dishonorable mention for me.
Sure.
And that is definitely Kali River Rapids. That I hate that ride.
I had the same one.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, there's one part I kind of like at the end. It's just such a swing and a miss.
Yeah. I might do it this next trip just to do it again and be like, do I really still hate it? But I think
it's been 3 or 4 years since I've
I
done
just
it.
feel like it's almost like wet to a point of not fun. You know what I mean? Like, you have to. It's not Tiana's where you can dry off. It's if you get wet on that ride, you are really wet.
We've said this many times, and we got it right when it came to Muppets. Let's make Kali River Rapids the Jungle Book, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now
I think it's in the Asia area, which is not the right spot, but
no. But they've ripped the Band-Aid off, right?
Yeah.
So at this point, they've already ripped the Band-Aid for IP off because you've got Pandora, you've got Zootopia coming in, you've got Indiana Jones coming in, you've got Encanto coming in. Just do it.
So imagine, even if they did, even statues, even the most simple of animatronics of Mowgli and Baloo and Shere Khan, like, how cool would that be? Just put them along the ride, and it's that much more interesting where you're looking for those characters, and don't change anything. I mean, maybe the part where it's all, it's the forest fires.
Forest fire. Yeah.
But the rest of it, add in the Jungle Book characters, and you got a hit.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So this has been fun. Next week we have one more episode for our rides month. So
it's a good one to end with too.
Yeah, we're going to keep it a secret though, of course.
Top 5 rides you can eat pizza on. No, kidding. I'm kidding.
I think there's only one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just People Mover, I believe.
Yep.
Because I don't think you can eat on anything else.
I don't think so.
All right. So, thanks guys for sticking with us here. That was definitely a sidetrack, but you can eat pizza on the People Mover. All right. It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow's just a list away.
Tune in next time, and we'll see you real soon.